As we begin with our moment of silence, remember Marty, what she's been through. Remember Terry's family. I think all of them have COVID. All right, join with me now, if you would. All right, thank you. Look over your agenda. Make a motion when you're ready.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
All in favor? Thank you. The minutes, I believe there were different numbers of people. Oh, the flag! Duh!
Gary's back there making music.
Dang, I messed up again.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'm off my game tonight. Did we vote on the agenda?
The first one.
Good, okay.
On 3.
So then the minutes, I think we have to do them separately.
Yeah, we can vote on the agenda, we went back down the pledge.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the regular November 27th meeting.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you.
Make a motion to approve December 7th meeting minutes.
All in favor? Public comments? No public comments, okay.
Everything's good.
Old business? No old business. New business? Consider approval of fiscal year 22 through 23 audit presentation.
The auditor's gonna be a little late. She was at another meeting before.
So
this,
go.
where they're doing a swearing in.
Okay.
Yeah, just got it. Thanks.
All right. 7B, Code Enforcement Quarterly Report. And that's in your packet.
Should have the materials, the quarterly report for the fourth quarter, and also the December report, that will give you an idea of our latest violations. So quarterly breakdown is as follows. We had 37 violations, and 28 of those were trash dumping, 2 overgrown yards, 6 junk vehicles, and 1 non-residential minimum standard violation. Our resolved numbers for the quarter, we have 43% of our violations this quarter resolved, 1637. 13 of the trash dumping debris, 2 junk vehicles, and 1 of the overgrown yards. Got a list of each violation in its entirety for this quarter on the last part of that. Feel free to look over that if you have any questions or comments. I will best of my ability without having all my papers with me. And same thing for the December report. One of the violations I've got opened up there is for 208 US 70 East, Gabriel Trailer Park. Got some leaks to the pocket down there over the last couple of weeks. So you'll deal with that once again. That's probably the only thing to note. You guys have anything for me?
It's gotta be.
I don't think that. Seems like everything I've done lately is time consuming. I have to go and get warrants and things. My numbers are down, but my time put in is way up.
I believe that.
Nothing deep.
Nothing, not this one.
But I appreciate the opportunity to work for the town. I appreciate working with you guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. 7C, consider approval of resolution adopting the 2024 Hildebran Town Council regular meeting schedule, and that's in your agenda.
We do have that for 7 PM, but I did want to ask, is there any desire to move that up to 6:30 or 6? But Terry's not here tonight, so I can't.
I don't know about Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everybody
That's fine.
I can do 6:30.
I can do 6:30.
7 works better for me.
All right. Anybody wants to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve the 2024 Hildebran Town Council regular meeting schedule and John need to add, change the meeting time.
All in favor? 7D, review event coordinator job description. That is in your agenda.
I like speaking on that. I know we're gonna need one sooner or later. Y'all been doing a good job. We got a lot on our plate right now. At this third time, I don't know, we got nothing going on. We don't need no event planner. We don't need to even check into it or nothing. That's just more money spent we ain't got. It's my opinion.
I'm in agreement. I don't know why we keep bringing that up.
Yep, I agree too.
One of the reasons why I brought it up to begin with is because we've had this auditorium for years. You see how much it's being used. We've had all these facilities sitting out here, nobody's used. So it's just a burden on taxpayers.
Yeah,
Well, the auditorium would have been used.
Well,
It could have been used.
That's what I'm saying, when we get it all fixed, we're gonna go over our rates. That's what I understand, we're gonna go over our rates, jack them up along with everybody else. Then, when we need the events, but right now, we got money going out now, we can't afford to hire one. We need to get something done with this park stuff, don't worry about this events.
I agree.
I mean, we've been losing money on that gym, on the auditorium for years and years. And we're gonna continue losing money, we're renting out the same amount we're doing right now.
Do you think maybe once we kind of start seeing the end of the park construction, and I'm just wondering when to either bring it up or don't bring it up again. Do you think once the park's kind of getting finished up, the auditorium's getting finished up, then maybe revisit it?
Yeah, when we
Is
get-
that kind of
when we
what
get-
That could be that long.
when we get finished with it, yeah.
Yeah, it could end up being a year and a half, 2
It'll be a
years.
while. So, I mean, even a part-time person, they're not gonna have anything to do. So,
I say just wait till we get everything fixed and we'll have a meeting, raise the rates, then put them on the job.
That's gonna delay us getting rented out too, the only thing we do. If we wait until everything's done out there, then we've not considered input in different areas, different groups, not doing any, we're not talking about it.
Well,
So in the meantime, when we get this thing done, we spend all this money renovating it, then we're gonna sit here until somebody catches up. We'll have to let them.
well, if you get somebody that's got experience and has done events in the past, they shouldn't have to do a lot of catching up. They
No,
should already know how to do the job.
once we get a new facilities, people will be wanting it.
That's why I thought we might promote it, say, we're updating our auditorium available for rent fall of 2024, something like that. And then just bring post up on that website. Seats are in, ADA's done, just keep people informed, get people excited about it. I mean, we do the same thing for the gym because it's not being used properly. And even some office areas, stuff in this building, it's not being used. So we just got money sitting there, nobody benefits from it. That's my biggest concern. I don't wanna keep doing what we've been doing because I haven't been successful.
Well, I just think.
I don't know about anybody else, though. When I see the prices of the park and all this stuff, having them make this, do this, that, and other, over almost $1 million over what we expected. That's without the tower. We ain't got no money to be losing on this other stuff. I mean, we're already losing money on where we're at. I say let's get it fixed. All money needs to go to get the park, get it built. That's just my opinion.
All right, is that the consensus?
Yes.
7E, facilities report. It is in your agenda. I don't know if there's any questions there. 7F, tax report, tax collector. That's in your agenda. 7G, deputy report. Any questions there? Comments?
Questions?
Not remarks? Okay, hearing none. Committee report, H, committee reports. Let me go over, get that out here. Technical coordinating committee.
Yes, so the TCC did have a quick meeting, but they did go over some of the updates with the projects. The right-of-way acquisition for the Exit 118 project, that is still set for December 11th, 2024. And then they have a contract let date of December 16th, 2025. So work will, start after that point, but they also released the meeting schedule for next year. Other than that, it was a pretty quick meeting. That's all I got.
Did I hear somebody said they're gonna have a four-way stop up here?
That's what I was gonna say.
Logan and I spoke
Four-way
with,
circus.
Randy Burns, the other week.
We're going to, if it's possible, some of it's obviously possible, but now what your end result is, we don't know. If council would like, what we could do is bring a resolution of support for a stoplight addressed to DOT. That may help.
Yeah.
Gary said, we spoke to Commissioner Burns. He's already spoke to Representative
Yes,
Blackwell.
Steve Blackwell.
And they're willing to, county can't do a whole lot, but they're willing to be in support and have Representative Blackwell maybe try and work with DOT on trying to get a stoplight in. We were told it was too expensive when we asked about it the first time. Jody, I don't know if you remember, but Representative Blackwell actually did come down, and I can't remember what the project was. I believe it was Exit 118 that we talked about. We talked a little bit about the stoplight at the very, very end. But again, the pot of money that funds it is limited. There are other needs greater than that, but I feel like if there's a shot at trying to get a stoplight, passing that,
Stoplight would be better.
That would be a better idea. I think instead of a four-way, if it's between that and leaving it the way it is, just leave it the way it is. Because nobody understands four-way most times.
No, there'll be a
Most
wreck.
people
There'll
don't
be a
even
wreck
know what to
there.
do, they sit there and look at each other.
Be a wreck, be a fight.
yeah,
That is you.
But, yeah, I agree.
possibly next month, bring you guys a resolution directed to DOT, just stating that you're in support of a stoplight, not a four-way stop, and then just give that to Representative Blackwell and see if he'll set up a meeting.
Okay.
If I can get her done, they can.
Transportation Advisory Committee, is that about the same?
Well, I wasn't able to attend it because of the surgery I had, so.
Western Piedmont Council Government
I
Policy
forgot
Board,
my notes, so I'll send an email out tomorrow.
Burke Economic Development,
We did not meet this month.
Recreation and Tourism,
Nothing to report.
Water Resource Committee, Vedic,
Okay, Eric met, for the November and December meetings, both on November the 30th at the Morgan Community House. The minutes for October were read and approved, and Kerry gave an overview of the whole year's financials. Vedic is in very good financial shape. I think we have assets of over $3 million. New loan applications continue to come in the office. But Kerry said if new loans are approved, that they may need new personnel because they're handling about 70 loans right now and they only have a couple of people. So that's really a really big load for them to do. She thanked all the towns for their financial support and their appointment of board members. And Eddie the Gypsy gave an update on delinquent loans. The next meeting will be January the 24th, hopefully at the Salaries Town Hall. With all the Valley stuff, who knows?
They're not even shooting going on up there, is there?
Well, the new board is different.
Yeah.
And so they're not sure, that Vedic will have a home. It's
Okay.
according to how the board feels.
It'd be right now, right?
They said some of them out on the rail, didn't they?
They can,
They-
meet down here.
Yeah, they've got, the town manager was, let go by the old board so that he would not lose any of his benefits because they said they were going to oust him with nothing. So that was not very nice. So the old board took care of him. So the new board here has appointed, somebody from the town to oversee the town. So I don't know if they've had any experience or not, but anyway, they said they're gonna get rid of the fire department, the police department and a whole bunch of other stuff and lower taxes and I don't know what amenities and services they're gonna cancel, but it's going to be very interesting.
All right, the library board, we meet tomorrow. I will try my best to make it after work. It's gonna be here, so hopefully I can make it. The events committee, we didn't have a meeting this month, but parade I thought went well.
Very good.
It went much better letting people just jump in.
Right, I've got a lot of comments about, the parade, how much the people liked it, even though the weather didn't exactly cooperate, but with the fog and everybody turning their lights on, it kind of looked like Christmas and everything. So we got a lot of compliments on the parade and everybody, seemed to enjoy getting the free basketballs and stuff. I got comments on that, so, they're looking forward to next year's.
Was everybody okay with the pace? Nobody getting left behind?
They liked having the stops because everybody was able to catch up. So I asked several of the people that were on the floats and stuff, how that worked. They said it worked real well. Logan, did you get any comments on that?
No negative feedback on it.
Yeah, I think they liked that because that way the floats got stopped and the people that were handing out candy didn't have to run so much. They still had to run a little bit, but,
Well, too many bear spots this year. They
Yeah.
moved about all the way around.
yeah, it was good. We had some surprises, show up in the parade and we just sort of, whatever, like the food line truck came in and didn't have any Christmas stuff on it. And so we said, are you in the parade? And he said, I just go where they tell me. They told me I was in the parade, so
Going out.
So he said, I said, well, just sit where you are. We'll put floats in front of you and behind you. Everything's fine. So
It worked out.
it worked out. It was interesting.
I got a call, a really nice call from someone, just telling how much they enjoy the parade. And those calls are nicer than the ones I usually get. So.
Well, that's nice.
Hey, you come here
Just
just
in
in time.
time. Are you finishing up?
Yeah. Okay, that's all the committee, so I guess we will go back to 7A. Audit presentation.
And I apologize for being late. Yeah, I'm juggling. Okay. It's a one letter and an audit report. Letters are on top.
Oh, did I get you there? Sorry.
Step back. Did you get the issue away?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'll give her, some real, some wrong. Definitely down. Definitely down. Sound like we're big. All right. I was gonna raise that. Say something go wrong, but he said no.
All three houses.
Take those sides, the sides. This is from you.
Okay, thank you. Did you get
No,
the last
very-
one?
I didn't understand that.
Did everyone get an audit report? All right, thank you for having me. And I apologize once again for the delay. I was doing another audit presentation. It's just that time of year. But so with your bound audit report on page 1, second paragraph says that in our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material respects, and then it continues on. So it's basically saying that you've got a clean, unmodified opinion, so, which is a good opinion. So, that. I'm actually gonna go back here. You had a yellow book audit this year, same as last year. On page 54, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about this, and then we'll get into the highlights. On page 54 is any findings that we had. These are the same ones we had last year. Segregation of duties and the fact that we draft the financial statements. We draft the financial statements for 99% of our clients, so that same language is in all of those audit reports. And then the segregation of duties, when you have a small staff, it's hard to get away from having this in there. So, and we have this in the majority of our audits. So, and this, like I said, this was in there last year too, but I just wanted to point that out. Those were the only things that we had. And then I'm going to turn over to the highlights page, or it's just the one page. So for the general fund, cash and investments, there was a $653,000 increase. It went from 1.6 million in fiscal year 2022 to 2.2 million in 2023. Restricted cash and investments, there was an increase of approximately 50,000. Went from 394,614 to 444,651. Total assets also increased, $500,462, and that's mainly contributed to cash. Your total assets increased from 2.3 million to 2.8 million. Your fund balance also increased $508,149. And that was a result of an increase in your net income. And so your fund balance went from
2.2 million in fiscal year 2022 to 2.7 million in fiscal year 2023. Total revenue went from 1.1 million to almost 1.2 million. And total expenditures down slightly, approximately 90,000. I don't think there was just one transaction that stood out on that. And then transfers in was $290,087. I believe that was from the ARPA fund. And then increase or decrease in fund balance. So you had an increase of $508,149. That's actually almost a 1.5 million change over the prior year. You were actually showing a decrease in fiscal year 2022. So that's contributed to 1.5 million change, positive change. Ad valorem taxes collected, 279,411 in fiscal year 2022, and up to 282,172 in fiscal year 2023. And percent of taxes collected went from 99.59% in fiscal year 2022 and dropped slightly to 99.45%. I'm actually seeing this quite frequently on our other audits as well. So for the taxes collecting just slightly lower than the prior year. Investment income went from 1.5 million in fiscal year 2022 to $1,084,000. Fund balance available, 2,613,843. Expenditures and any financing uses, 942,895, which brings your available fund balance to 277.21%. In the prior year, it was 82.41%. You can see the change. Your available balance went from 1.9 to 2.6, and your expenditures and financing uses went from 2.3 to 943,000. So that's the reason for the big change in that available fund balance percentage. And minimum available fund balance required based on governments of similar size is 71%. So you're well above that. Any questions on the highlights?
Maybe you already said this, but what's not appropriated fund balance?
The available, is that what you're, the
Yes.
available fund
Oh,
balance?
so that's the available balance, that's what, okay.
So the available balance are those items that are not restricted. So your fund balance is actually 2.7 million, and your available balance is 2.6 million. So the difference is restricted items that you cannot, utilize for any other purpose because they're already restricted. So, so that's just showing what you've got that's available to be utilized. Any other questions? It all looks really good. Okay, if no other questions, if you go to your performance indicators page. On page 1, it talks about fund balance available as a percentage of your expenditures. Showing that the minimum that the state treasurer's office is recommending is 71%. And on here, it's showing the percentage is slightly different from our calculation, but it's, just slight, and they're showing 279.18%, which is a positive. General fund on the second page, total fund balance again is 2.7 million. Nothing on page 3 or 4 that apply. Page 5. On page 5, number 15, did your audit disclose any budget violations? And that's definitely a no. Number 16, we've already talked about that, those two, significant deficiencies, which we talked about. And that's basically it. It all looked really good. And then the last thing that I have, unless you have questions on the performance indicators, is there anything that stood out? If not, on the letter that was handed out with the audit report, basically talks about we implemented a new lease standard during the year, so we have to point that out. Talks about any estimates that were utilized instead of actual figures, and depreciation expense was one of those. It's on the second page, it talks about disagreements with management, and there were no disagreements. Staff has been great to work with. Also talks about whether we utilized other independent accountants, and we did not. And there were no other findings or issues or concerns. And that's basically what that letter is. Any questions on anything that we discussed?
So,
Okay,
thank you.
all right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll take a motion to accept the audit.
Y'all make that motion.
All right. All in favor? Thank you. Okay. Other business, there was one thing, Rex Lael is needing to book the bands for this summer. He needs to book them early. So I just want to make sure, are we going to continue, is everybody in favor of the cruise-ins continuing?
As long as,
Okay, because we've already got it budgeted for May and June, because the summer, our fiscal year is right in the middle of the summer, and we've got fireworks for May, so we will, when we come to our budget, we'll probably budget for the cruising, okay? All right. Anybody have any other business?
I have a question. The leftover basketballs that we have, but do you know about how many are left?
How many have we sold? We sold 11, so 100-ish.
Okay. I was wondering if there would be a possibility to let the museum, I know we can't start just giving them away since you've been selling them, but could we maybe, the days that they're open?
They held some back for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're giving away on the Santas.
Uh-huh.
Because they got some and then I brought them back, because I was like, oh, I didn't know that they held some back, so they have some.
Okay.
I have something on this too. With the volunteers and stuff we have with the planning board and stuff like that, I really think that we ought to do something to show appreciation to them. Because they don't get appreciated. I mean, I'm probably as bad as anybody else, not thinking enough for what they did. So what I was hoping that the council would consider is doing like a $25 gift card to, I don't know, to a restaurant or something, I would pay or anything like that, just to show appreciation that they've taken their time and their gas and their energy to do things for us, for nothing in return, basically, not giving them anything. And I think it'd be responsible to do that, to help them and continue, you know, it'll help encourage people in the future that kind of appreciate what they do. So I would like to make a motion of $25 per, that would be like planning board and maybe like, the VDA, something like that, to a point like that. To get like $25 gift card.
Okay, so you make that as a motion?
Before we vote, can you give the staff time to research to see if we can do gift cards? I know we can't really for staff, because it's considered income that has to be taxed and all that, but just give us some time to research and see if we can do it for the planning board.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why we couldn't, but I mean, I don't want to break the rules.
Because it's
So,
over government.
but, you know, they are unpaid volunteers.
Yeah.
Basically, and that's a lot of time. And it's also a lot of people. And you have to walk that.
Well, and I know other towns, like when they do their Christmas dinners, like all the board members, so you have your events committee, your planning board, the council, you could do a bigger Christmas celebration, rent out like we're doing your community center, have something catered. There's some options there, even if you can't do the gift cards, but I mean, we can talk about that at another time, but yeah, if we can do the gift cards, that's a
Yeah.
much easier.
I'd like to look into it, see, I mean, if everybody's okay with it, I appreciate your service. That'd be like the planning board and like council approved or appointed representatives.
It's like the events committee.
So,
Announcements?
next meeting, postpone it to next meeting.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, put that on next, our next agenda.
I'm glad to see y'all using your pens.
Anybody want to say anything else?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, all in favor? All right, thank you. Wow. This was short.
No.